This is an R Media podcast.
Today's podcast episode has been styled by OzDesign, a company with over 45 years' experience in showcasing style. This episode is brought to you by Luxaflex, transforming homes with beautiful, functional window coverings designed to change your life and lifestyle.
First of all, this is probably the best tip I could give you for any spectrum, any budget, creating a home from scratch.
Yeah.
Two things.
This is fantastic.
It's horrible. We can do better.
How honest are you?
Very.
Yeah. When you're judging on the block, do you have quite strong opinions? Is there ever anything that you don't share on TV?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, there is.
And I know you have brought something in to share. Shall we reveal your hidden treasure from the mystery drawer?
Absolutely.
What's your advice for people who feel a bit isolated or stuck when they're making their edits?
Gosh.
I know it's a big question for decor.
Now that I think about this, it actually might be controversial.
We love a bit of controversy. It makes for a really exciting pod. Hello and welcome. Come on inside. We are a brand new vodcast, The Edit by Home Beautiful, where we talk through all the choices and decisions people have to make when decorating, renovating, building, creating the homes and lives that they want. I'm Elle Lovelock, the editor of Home Beautiful, and The Edit was born out of the fact that we have to make so many decisions every day. And we just want to make it simple and enjoyable. Over the coming weeks on The Edit, we will welcome many of our Home Beautiful favourites. And today we are kicking off with none other than Darren Palmer. Your home. Welcome to The Edit, a brand new podcast from Home Beautiful. This is incredible. Welcome, Darren Palmer, to The Edit by Home Beautiful podcast. I can't believe that actually this is our first time meeting.
Yes.
So we have communicated over email, DMs, but actually it's the first time we've met.
Yes, and it's wonderful to meet you in the flesh. First of all, I love that I'm here, and I really appreciate you inviting me on because, you know, I love Home Beautiful. Did you know you guys are you're the first and only people to put me on a cover?
Really?
Yep.
I find that hard to believe.
Yep.
But
20 years into my career, you were the first people to put me on a cover.
And might I say, not just your home, but actually you.
Yes, thank you for that too. Yeah.
We hadn't done that before either.
Wow.
It's been years since we've put a person on the cover. And we're just thrilled it was you.
Yeah, well, I'm thrilled it was me too, so thank you, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. The issue also sold out.
Yes!
It was a cracker. I've got it just behind you there, just in case you need a reminder.
I happen to have a few stored away at home in case they get really, really valuable.
Good, good. Thank you for joining us because we want to share with our audiences everything that we have learnt from all the experts that we've gotten to know over the years, and you are one of our dearest friendly experts.
Well, I'm glad to be seen that way. You know, it's good to have something to share that is easy to digest. So that is kind of, I think, what my big skill is I can break down these really complicated fundamental things in interiors so that people can digest them and understand them. So
exactly.
Hit me.
Okay, well, I think your experience both being a judge on the block, you see people creating homes, but also you're an interior designer, so you create homes yourself. So you know it from all sides,
yes,
which is exciting.
Yes, and for 2 decades.
Wow.
Yep.
You must have been very young when you started.
I'm
We won't go there. We won't go there.
I'm 48,
Wow.
so yeah. I keep getting bits replaced, let's put it that way.
I love it. So we recently celebrated 100 years of Home Beautiful, speaking of aging well.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a quote, I'm paraphrasing here, but you made a comment in some of the lovely editorial that you did for us, that when you go into a person's home, you are standing in a space that was once just an idea. So I would love to discuss with you, for people who are starting from scratch, where does that idea come from? How we get asked this all the time. How do I create my home? And let's go with a couple of examples. One is I've bought my first home, spent all my money on buying the home. I don't have much to spend. I've got an empty room or rooms. What do I do?
Yeah. I think you've just described every episode of Grand Designs.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that? They're
Yes,
like, look at
yes.
my amazing house and my red IKEA couch.
Yeah.
It is tricky, especially if you are pooling all of your money so that you can get the best deposit you can, so that you can purchase the best house that you can.
Yeah.
You're left with nothing else.
Yeah.
So in that instance, look, what I did, I actually purchased my first house with 3 other friends. And
oh, wow.
yeah, so we pooled our resources.
Yeah.
We did a legally binding contract, and we
Yep,
did a
sensible.
morally binding contract as well. 2 separate things.
Oh, that's good.
About what the relationship would look like.
That's a good idea.
And then I renovated this place. The first place I ever owned was the first job I ever did, which also got published in Bell. Just saying.
Oh, don't worry. They're in the family. We like Bell.
Yeah,
we like Bell.
I saw them in the footage. So then I actually spent all of my time and money on the structure.
Yeah.
And I didn't have money for expensive furniture.
Yeah.
So what I like to do, first of all, this is probably the best tip I could give you for any spectrum, any budget, any type of project, creating a home from scratch.
Yeah.
2 things. A brief. So it's a written document, something that interior designers do for their clients, which people generally don't do for themselves, including interior designers when they do their homes. But what the brief needs to do is time frame, expenditure, must-haves, must-nots, mood, inclusions, who's going to live in it, what they're going to need it for.
Yeah.
All of these things need to be in a written document.
Okay.
So that when you're making decisions, you can go, does this meet my brief? Especially with budget, because if you've got a lower budget, then you need to skew your decisions to a lower price point. So, for example, something that's per square metre, they tend to blow out because of the square meterage.
Absolutely.
So it's a $70 tile instead of a $150 tile or a $300 tile.
Yeah.
Right? Same deal with flooring, same deal with carpets, same deal with any inclusion by the square metre. Then you also need a visual reference. Back in the day, I would go to clients and they'd pull out lots of magazine clippings.
Home Beautiful,
and
obviously.
Home Beautiful, obviously.
Yes, yep.
Yes. And funnily enough, they would quite often be like, I like this and I like this and I like this. I'm like, well, that's my job. That's my job. That's my job. So that's good.
You've come to the
You're
right person.
Yeah. But I would say these days, Pinterest is a really good place to be.
I agree.
Yep. So that you can gather all the things that you like, right?
Yeah.
Because the key to making good decisions is not only having a clear roadmap, but it's also knowing what not to use. It's the edit.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, I like that name drop, the edit. But it really is.
It is, because with the Pinterest board, what's important is you go, I love this, I love this, I love this, I love this, I love this. And then you step back and then you go, okay, what are all the common elements in the things that I like?
Yes.
And then what are the disparate things that don't fit?
Yeah.
Take those, put them in another board. Then keep all the things that look like they all belong together, and then refer those against your brief and go, does that fit that? Great. What are the things that don't fit the brief? All right, flick those to different boards as well.
Yeah.
And then what you're left with, you should be able to see lots of common elements in.
Yeah.
And they will define then things like a leg detail or common colour palettes or materials.
Yeah.
And then you've got these 2 things so that when you go, I'm going to go shopping, I can go, does it meet the brief? Does it look the way I want?
Yeah.
The other thing I would say is design everything all at once.
Yes, because so many people don't.
That's it. So if you have an idea of every single thing that you're going to use, whether or not you're going to buy it, you know what's going to go in.
It's the long-term plan,
Bingo.
the long game.
Yes. And then when you go shopping, go shopping with your phone,
Yes.
not your credit card.
Yep.
Right? So you go and research, go and find things. You get online, look for all the things that match all the reference.
Yeah.
And then you can go, okay, that's on sale, I can buy that now.
Yeah.
This has got a great price that I can find over here. This thing, not in stock anymore. But if I replace this, then I've got to replace this, this, and this because those things relate back to this.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that work up front, then you'll end up with a home that may be filled with things that you really like, where none of it works.
And that's really important because I hear so often people say, just buy what you love and it will work. But actually, it's not true.
It's true if you have exceptional taste. And it can be true if you understand the fundamentals of great design, because you really can make anything work as long as you understand complement and contrast. Right? So if you understand that I really like this walnut table, but I also want to have an oak side table, and they're two timbers, that shouldn't work. It does work. It does work if you understand why in terms of complement. Like, how good's your eyesight?
Pretty good. I've had the LASIK.
All right. Mine's rotten.
Oh.
Okay. I wear multifocals, so I can't see there, here, or here. So I'm like, but if you don't have crap eyesight like me, the thing to do is squint, right?
Okay.
And then if you squint and look at a room, you can go,
squint.
You're like, right, that sofa and that curtain and that shelf over there, that's made of boucle, that's made of linen, that's made of timber. They're all the same colour. And it's colour irrespective of material.
Yes.
So you can tie together oak with brass, with rattan. But if you squint, you're like, they're all the same colour. Cool. They all link together. People get...
It feels right.
Yes. And they get caught up with this idea of if it's an oak timber table, I need to have another oak timber table, and then I need some more oak timber somewhere. No.
No, don't do that.
The colour.
the
colour's the complement. Yeah.
This is fantastic. So far we've got, you need a Pinterest board of all the things you like, but before that you need a document, a brief for yourself of how you live, where you live, what you do, that really shapes your lifestyle.
How you want it to feel.
How you want it to feel.
Like
that's everything.
Mood.
Yes.
Not just you, how you want it to feel. How you want people to feel when they come into your home.
Absolutely.
And then that extends to things like colours, materials, but also sounds and smells.
How do you want people to feel when they come to your home?
On edge. I want them to feel like walk in and go, oh my God, don't touch anything.
What's going to happen next? I just don't know.
No. I've been in homes like that though, where you're like, so I've got to take my shoes off and I can't sit on anything and it feels like an art gallery. I want my home to feel the opposite of that. And
how do you do that? Because I feel in my own home, I like a pretty space. But I tell people when they come over, everything here is washable. All the furniture is slip covers. I can wipe down. I can really make yourself at home. How do you create that sentiment visually so you don't have to really spell it out? You know,
I've been to homes where you're like, okay, there's young kids here and there's toys everywhere and there's dogs and it's clearly, okay, I can be very relaxed here.
Yeah.
And it's a low impact family home.
Yeah.
And that's also great.
Yeah.
And then I've also been to friends' homes where they're like, shoes off, drink coasters, and you're like, cool, all right, I'm
okay,
gonna
no problem.
Yep, I'll sit here where I'm supposed to.
Don't touch a thing.
Yeah. So, it depends on so many touch points about how people feel when they come to your home. And it does come down to the materials you use and the colours and the vibe, but then it also comes down to things like fragrances and the way in which and the energy that you invite them in.
Energy is everything.
Yeah.
So you've recently sold your home.
I did. And
this is leading me to my next thing that I really want to know. We've talked about people who are starting from scratch in a first home. What if you've sold a home and you have an inventory of furniture and accessories and you buy a new home?
Yeah.
how do you start again? Do you get rid of all your stuff? Do you keep the stuff and make it work in a new space? What are you going to do?
What I did do is sold all the furniture with the house. And that is the dream. Because everything I chose for that house was chosen for that house.
Yeah.
And I know that this is a lofty statement and it's not always achievable for people. And they do need to hold on to things because things cost money.
Yeah.
But if you're in the fortunate position where you can sell the house with the furniture, and that does give you a budget then to start again. But we bought everything from scratch, and my house in Bondi was beige and white and pink stone and very super sedate and minimalistic. Yeah. Because I wanted it to be that. My apartment, we have a olive green sofa, and we've got a rust chrome-legged chair, and bronze and charcoal glass tables, and it's kind of retro and very fun and full of colour. Yeah. So I thoroughly think if you have the ability to, the capacity to, you adapt your furniture to its environment rather than trying to shoehorn old stuff into a new place. Because I've had experiences with private clients before, one of which was a very, very good friend of mine. And my approach is this. So I will walk into a home and say there's a chair. Yeah. And I'll put my hand on it and be like, tell me about this piece. And they'll either do one of two things. My grandmother left that to me, and she was one of the most important people in my life, and it has great sentimental value. In which case I'll go, awesome, we'll find a way to work with that. And
we'll keep that one.
Yeah, we'll reinterpret it, we'll find a way. Yeah. And if they go, I'm not wedded to that, it's like, great, it's horrible, we can do better.
How honest are you?
Very.
Yeah, well, you have to be. Very. The role of an interior designer is it's part therapist, it's confidant. You really get to know people, don't you?
But it is always wise to do that, to go to test, to see how important and how many emotions are attached to something, because it's very easy to be honest and blunt about something that doesn't matter. Yeah. But if something's very important emotionally to somebody and it makes them feel something about their home and gives them memories that make them feel something, they're very delicate things to deal with, and you have to be really empathetic and considerate.
Absolutely. Have you had to work with many downsizers? Because that's something that I imagine people experience when they have, for example, had a family home full of memories and then everyone moves on, it's time to downsize. I do think about that. How do they decide what to keep?
Working out if there's a way for them to retain the feeling without the object.
Take a photo of it, put it in a frame.
Bingo, right? So this mate of mine, he had a truly hideous dog bed, but it was because he loved his dog and his dog had died. And he had this photo of his dog on the bed, and he's like, look, it's just... And I'm like, cool, you've got that photo. Yeah. Let's make a big deal of the photo. Yeah. Let's nix the bed.
You don't need the bed. You don't need that.
Because that bed's not going to work.
Do you decorate with your pets in mind?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my pets are integral to our home.
Who are your pets? Who do you have?
So I've got Frankie, who's a French Bulldog, and Razzie, who is a Brussels Griffon. Oh. And they're both like little scruffs. Yeah. And, I had 4 dogs at one stage.
Did you? Did they all get along?
No. I do not recommend at all. In fact, when the Bulldog died last year, whilst I was filming the block, in the middle of filming an episode, my dog died, and I spoke to my husband, and I was like, gosh. Yeah, I burst into tears, had a massive cry, had to go back and film, had another massive cry, and then had to finish the day. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so when he died, the other 2 just went, well, we liked him both separately, but we don't really like each other. So you stay over there and I'll stay over there. And
the dynamics changed.
Oh, yeah. So, yes, I do design our houses with our dogs in mind, definitely give consideration to nothing being precious or so precious that it can't be washed or replaced.
Let's look at when you're judging on the block. Do you have quite strong opinions about the edits that the contestants make? Is there ever anything that you don't share on TV?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, there is.
And would you tell them to their faces off camera?
Okay, so here's the thing. I never say anything on camera that I wouldn't say to their faces.
That's good.
And I think that's important because they're real people with real emotions that put a lot of hard work into things.
Yeah.
So that's why when I talk, I try and be instructive and constructive. And I try and give them advice on how they could do something differently to make it better.
Yeah.
And also with some empathy to go, not just this is terrible, but this could be better if.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the way I approach it because they hang on every word and they take it really personally.
Absolutely.
And for us, they're actually this season we met them more than I've met any contestant ever.
Why was that?
Because they were living on the site in caravans just over there, and we were filming. And usually they're nowhere to be seen when we're filming. So sometimes they're getting a coffee and we'd cross paths and be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
So yeah, that it didn't change the way I approach it, but it does make it more. I'm more aware that I'm actually speaking to real people that are actually going to be standing there getting feedback and feeling good or bad about what they've done and why.
Has anyone ever said to you about your own home, this could be better if?
Good luck to that. Look, my husband's pretty good, actually. My husband's fairly good. Like, I will be like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And he'll be like, And one of two things happens. I'll agree with him because he's right, or I disagree and I say, which one of us is the expert?
Do you know, I do the same. My husband works in a gym and I say, I don't tell you how to train people. Don't tell me how to decorate.
That is exactly my approach.
Coming up, our mystery drawer moment with Darren. Be back soon. Oz Design is all about making your home look good and feel even better. This season's collection brings together natural textures, warm timbers, and clean modern lines. The kind of timeless style that fits any space. Each piece is made to last and easy to mix and match, whether you're giving one room a refresh or styling your whole home. It's thoughtful design that feels relaxed but still refined. Check out the collection online or head in store today. When it comes to creating a home that feels calm, beautiful, and uniquely yours, light plays a key role. Luxaflex offers a range of custom window coverings that don't just elevate your interiors. They help you control a space with light. From soft sheers that diffuse sunlight to smart blinds that move at the touch of a button. Every Luxaflex product is made with quality craftsmanship and thoughtful design. Discover how Luxaflex can transform the way you live and enjoy your home every day. Visit luxaflex.com.au to explore the full collection or visit your local showroom today. Talking of hidden treasures, we have a little segment that we like to do on our podcast called the Mystery Drawer, and I know you have brought something in to share. Shall we reveal your hidden treasure from the Mystery Drawer?
Absolutely.
So what's in the mystery towel?
Okay, so now that I think about this, it actually might be controversial.
We love a bit of controversy. It makes it really exciting, Vod.
Well, I got them in Bali, and I'm sure they said they were taken from, coral that was deceased. But
Wow.
they're little sculptures made out of coral, and it's like, we like to think it's like my husband and I, because he's like 2 inches taller than me.
Yeah.
So he's the big one, and I'm like the little one.
And here we are again with the symmetry.
Yeah, I mean,
The pair.
I just think they're really cute.
These are gorgeous.
Yeah, so we bought those in Bali and just brought them back with us because we saw them in a store and went, that's us.
They look really friendly too. And you guys are really friendly.
My husband is.
You are too. So a couple of years ago when we did the Christmas tree shoot, the Darren Palmer palm tree.
I love that shoot, and I love that
as
Christmas
well.
tree. Oh.
So the girls from our team at the shoot, they called me during the day. They said, Elle, you won't believe it. Darren's bought us lunch. They have bought us lunch. And this never happens. Normally, pack a sandwich and a water bottle, and you really are the ultimate hosts.
Well,
so I just want to say, side note, thank you for making us feel so welcome in your home.
You're very welcome, and you're always welcome in my home. And I must admit, my husband's very, very considerate because he probably organised the lunch.
Oh. Thanks, Olivia. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
He's way nicer than me.
So this is the kind of thing that, do you think people can just pick up if they like it? If it's this size, if you like it, buy it. Yeah. You'll figure out a way to work it.
100%. I think every time I do a house from scratch, I buy every single thing that I could possibly need and all the decoration that I could possibly need.
Yeah.
And when you lay it out, it looks like a lot.
Yeah, you look like a hoarder.
Yeah, and it all gets absorbed like that.
Yeah. It's incredible. When we were choosing pieces to put in the shelves, even just in this space here, we thought we'd brought in so much stuff and fitted it all in, and then realised we need to go back and get twice the amount.
100%.
Even more.
Yeah, so that's a good lesson for people at home too. If you see something you like that's objet, buy it.
Yes.
If it's decor piece, buy it.
Yeah.
You'll find a place for it. The difference between using decor for decor versus decor as clutter is unity.
Got it.
Like bringing things together in groups so that they all tell a little story rather than like, here's my porcelain cat.
Yes.
And 3 spoons.
And a random plant.
Thank you.
Yeah. We have a trick that we use on photo shoots, particularly with these, we call them vignettes. I know you'll know that term very well. And that is when we're styling something together in a group, we'll stand back and just get a phone and take a photo, because you can see really quickly when something's just not working.
Yep.
And you can't always see it in real life when you're standing there looking at it, but just in a photo on your phone.
It's a very, very good tip. I'll tell you a little secret that I shouldn't ever admit, especially not on video, but styling really messes my head up. I'm like, okay, put it in, look at it, put it out. Put something else in, pull it out. Like beds.
Oh my gosh.
Styling a bed.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So you have, I would say, the ultimate starting from scratch story.
Oof. Which one?
I've only heard a snippet. It's about a particular celebrity
Yeah. Okay, so
that you've styled.
Look, honestly, one of my skills, which has served me really well, is I have the capacity to do a full house from scratch with nothing in it and make it look completely lived in. And it takes planning, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was 2012. I was asked to do Jen Hawkins' house for 2 magazine shoots that were being shot consecutively. One was for a lifestyle mag, one was for a women's mag.
Wow.
And they had a finished, beautiful, empty house.
Right.
And they had a few pieces of furniture, but really it wasn't.
This is starting from scratch.
Yeah. And also, for a very famous person, very early on in my career. So what I did was I borrowed actually, and bought some but borrowed some. Lots of, like every single furniture piece, every rug, every side table, lamp, candle, floral piece, small vase, book, novel for a bedside, like green display, everything that you can possibly think of, so that it looks like she'd lived there for months and months and months and just walked out of the room. And that takes a lot of planning. That's the story, I guess. It's that I was able to sit down and go, what are the things that make a home look like it's been lived in? And generally it's layers. It's so you obviously finding the right scale of furniture and the right pieces for congruency and contrast and complement, and having like a color palette that runs through, and a material palette runs through, and all those things. And then it's like, okay, books.
Yes.
I remember the first time I wrote, I think it was when I wrote my first book. I said to the editor, you know, books are great as decor, and she was like,
really?
She's like, what? I'm like, they're fantastic decor. She's like, but they're to be read. I'm like, they're for both.
They absolutely are. We've done 2 books. We're working on our 3rd at the moment, and we designed them, especially the covers, to complement each other because we like to style them together.
Yes, and also you need to be considerate of the scale of the book so that it does the thing that you want it to do in the space. So like a coffee table book has more scale. Something that goes on a shelf has lesser scale.
Yeah.
And then if you're dealing with novels, they're good to be grouped together, or the even smaller ones are great for bedside tables. And, so everything is an object that has a place and a purpose that looks more purposeful in its place.
Yeah. Books are decor.
Books are decor, and they're also good for education. But I mean, really, it's about the covers.
It is about the covers. Let's talk about it takes a village. I know people say it takes a village to raise a child, but I think it also takes a village to create a home. What's your advice for people who feel a bit isolated or stuck when they're making their edits?
Gosh.
I know it's a big question.
Yeah.
Heavy question for decor.
I've never really thought about that, because it is better not to design in a vacuum, and it's always better to have a counterpoint. So, and there are people that don't have a partner to ask, or they might not want to ask their friends their opinions, or their family members, because there might be a little bit of incongruence with style direction. I would say, gosh, it depends. Like if you've got an Instagram, and people are looking at your Instagram, no matter how many followers you've got, if you've got people that are commenting on what you're doing, A/B test things. Just go, I'm thinking this or this, guys. What do you guys think? What I like to do with opinions is ask for them. I don't love it when they're given to me freely. But when I ask for opinion, I always listen. I'm listening to what is being said, why it's being said, what the underlying intention of the suggestion is. Context. And then I digest the information that's been given to me, then add that to my assessment. Rather than going, you said I should do this, I'm going to do this. I go, you said I should do this for all these different reasons. I understand where you're coming from. How does it reflect on my brief and my reference? What parts of that do I want to absorb? What parts of that do I want to reject? Because you can have too many cooks in the kitchen that give you too many inputs, that give you a lot of confusion. So that's why the brief and the reference is very important. And then any opinion that you get is to be tested through both of those lenses, and then tested against what your gut says. Because I was given this advice by my therapist, actually. Great advice.
Well, that's good.
That's why I'm so well adjusted. But she said to me once, because I suffer from self-doubt. I self-doubt everything always.
I get it.
I think I'm going to mess every job up every single time. And 20 years later, I still approach every single job like that. And I know it's sad, but that's the way I work.
No, it's very real.
So the advice that was given to me, which I love, was the image you can see clearly in your mind, that's the right one. So once you start second-guessing that picture, that's where all the problems come from. But the thing that you're like, I really feel like it's got to be this, and I can really clearly see that in my mind, that's it. It's all the problems come after when you go, oh, maybe it's not it, maybe it's something else, maybe it's It's like, no. The thing that I saw in the first place, that's the thing.
And that's instinct in a way.
Yeah, and look, it's easier to trust your instincts when you've got a good education.
Yeah.
Because then you can also run it through a logical filter.
Yeah.
But gut it's a really good guide.
Absolutely. Well, what if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed about decisions? How do you get a clear mind? Do you ever have a clear mind?
Constraints are your friend.
Yeah.
So again, brief and reference points. What that gives you is a set of boundaries and a set of constraints.
Yeah.
And instead of paralysis by analysis, because you have so many options, once you draw boxes around things and go, I can only afford this level of thing. I only want this color palette of things.
Yeah.
I only want it to feel like this number of things. Then you're like, cool, I can only choose from 6 things that look like this and maybe 10 things that look like that and maybe 20 things that are in my price point.
Yeah.
But once you overlay them like a Venn diagram, you're like, oh, well, really, I've only got 3 things to choose from.
It's reminding me of the old Cosmopolitan magazine quizzes where you choose your options and then you get down to the bottom and there's the answer. That's it. Constraint is key.
That's it. Constraint's your friend.
Darren, thank you so much for coming in and talking all things starting from scratch. It's perfectly timed with our brand new vodcast, our first episode, starting from scratch. I can't think of a better person to have spent time with, so thank you for coming in.
It's been my honour, as it always is.
That conversation was such a joy. How about Darren's dogs and all those tips? I really hope that it's helped you on your own home decorating journey. That is the whole point of this show. We want to make it easy. That is the edit. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Thank you to Oz Design for our beautiful set. Come and visit the Experience team in store and see the collection for yourself. This episode is brought to you by Luxaflex, transforming homes with beautiful, functional window coverings designed to transform your light and lifestyle.
This is an R Media podcast.